Hey everybody, it's your girl Kenlo back at it again. I'm here with our guy Ambition the Poet. How you doing today?
I'm good.
It's nice to have you.
Here. I'm excited to be here. It's a good day, you know what I mean? So
For sure.
thank you for having me.
Of course. So for a long time we've been talking about having him on the show. Again, it's really good to have him on here. We're here with his family. He having a great event. He's showing love to his pops. He's showing love to his family. So tell us all about the event.
The event was amazing. Like, my pops is turning 75.
Okay.
And the one thing about my pops that was amazing, that I saw him do a lot of amazing things, but he really took me in as a foster child. So I'm so thankful. And one of the lines I said in the poem was, I never knew what a dad looked like. You know what I mean?
Right.
And you gave me the opportunity to figure out what a dad was like, and to get to see a father figure, at least in the home. Even though he worked a lot, at least he was still in the building and showed me what that's like, when so many others didn't get that chance. You know what I mean?
That's what's up. So with your poetry and you being raised, by a different man in your life and having him in your life all your life, how was that for you, being motivated by his words and also pushing that motivation into your life with poetry?
Word, like, for me, it was just the work ethic. So a lot of people, when the poetry scene, like, they see me, how I go so hard and how I just keep going at it. I learned that persistence from my dad, though. You know what I mean? I seen him put in mad hours at work, never coming home. And so I'm like, yo, if I want to be the best, if I want people to take me serious, our work ethic has to show that.
Right.
And so I seen the lifestyle he provided for us and how hard he went to work. So I'm like, all right, from now on, I got to take that same energy. I got to take that same work ethic to anything I do in my life. So that's why I be going so hard.
I was about to ask you about that too. Like, so the first time, I saw you was in Jersey at the at Conscious Nights. What I love, So what I love most about it was your passion. Like, how confident you were, how, you brought the crowd in. So was it always like that at first? Were you shy at first, or that was just something that came with it?
Came with it, because like when my house, like we was just taught so much.
Hey, man.
Hey.
I know you don't know who I am, but I know you from a little boy.
Really?
I'm Christian.
So yeah, where did you get the passion when doing your
She was
poetry?
asking me like how that all went.
Yeah.
Like growing up, she always had us in church anyway. But like I always had like a natural speaking ability. That's why like when y'all hear me do poetry, like it sound kind of preachy,
Right.
that's how I was raised. You know what I mean? But in our house, you couldn't fight. You couldn't do nothing. My mom was not on that. She would make us argue. Like, it was crazy. So I just really had to learn how to use my words and really learn how to say what I want to say without crossing the line. And so when y'all see me, like, doing that now, it's just being built from the house. Then in high school, started rapping and just wanting the attention of girls and just trying to be popular and just learning how to captivate the crowd at the lunchroom, where I really learned it at, like, all right, if I get loud here, if I say it like this is how I'm gonna grab their attention. So that's kind of how it all came together.
So where do you see yourself in, like, a year or 5 years with doing poetry? Do you plan on teaching kids how to do poetry, or other adults how to do poetry as well?
Well, it's funny because I was just with Kenlo while he was doing the video. We talked about in the interview when he was shooting me about, I'm already coaching clients now, so I have quite a few clients. So I teach poets how to take their performance to that next level. See, sometimes it's not that they're not good, it's not any of that.
Yeah, we do it.
I love you, man. I love you too. God bless you. You don't look the same.
My bad, yo. What's the question? I'm sorry.
You talk about having clients and teaching them how to take their poetry.
So I'm already coaching clients. So the next level is definitely taking my coaching to the next level. But I'm already coaching people. Usually they good at poetry, but they just want to make it better as the performance. Like a lot of us are good at writing and a lot of us are good at punchlines, but then we stand still on the stage.
Right.
See, in there I had to get off the mic and come towards the crowd because they was talking. So when you walk up on people, that's why actually the teacher do that. When kids are talking in the class, they walk over towards them. That's a tactic. So when people come towards you, when somebody approach you, you automatically kind of stop to see why they approach you. And so sometimes in coaching, I teach the clients on understanding crowd control, understanding the room temperature, what poem to go with, and how to keep practicing like an athlete to take your poetry to the next level. So yeah. So I'm my bad, yeah. And going forward, going forward is really giving y'all I have some things coming up where the poetry experience will be more luxury.
Mm-hmm.
So I can't say too much on camera, but right now we're working on something that's luxury. I'm gonna bring y'all the poetry game, a luxury lifestyle that I think no one has ever seen.
Okay.
And really take poetry to showcase the way we do our art and the lifestyle that we can have that I think right now we don't see because people are limited in their mind.
Mm-hmm.
And I want to take y'all to a new place with that. So that's the future for me. Yeah.
What is your great advice for young men and women that are still in foster care and want to, reach their potential and go for those goals?
So I would tell the foster children right now that there's a lot of things that you have to fight with, especially when it comes to your identity. So I would tell them number one that your lifestyle and what happened to you is not your fault. A lot of us live with that guilt because our parents made mistakes, and we start to take what they did and what they did in their lives and put it on ourselves. So number one, the first thing I had to do as a foster child was to be understanding that it's not my fault that somebody gave up on me. And a lot of us internalize that. So before you can even get to your gift, you got to realize why you are where you at, and it's not your fault. You was just a kid. It's your parents. And so once you understand that, and then number two, like you said, you got to love yourself. Because now you don't really have your motherly love or your dad love. So now you got to find how to love yourself.
Right.
And then when it comes to that poetry thing and finding your art, that's something that you have to continuously try to find. Why is all this happening to me? That's what I said to myself. Why is all this happening to me? And then one day my mom was like, yo, it's because you want to tell your story. One day you're going to have to help somebody else.
Right.
And so as long as we believe in that, self-love, fighting for your identity as a foster child, understanding that it's not your fault, and going after and pursuing a goal, you're going to be good. And I'll say this too. If you survive foster care, it's nothing to talk about. Because some people would never be able to survive losing their parents and still be alive today. You know what I mean? All right, we'll talk.
Well, I appreciate you for coming on the Kenlo Show. Thank you for telling your story. We appreciate you doing your poetry for your father and your family. And we want to see you perform again.
Yo, thank you for coming out.
Of course.
Came out. Y'all just came out of nowhere. I'm like, hold on, what's going on?
Yeah, he asked me. I was like, yeah, I slide.
You slide real quick?
I slide.
Yo, I appreciate it, bro. I want to say thank you for behind the camera right now. I say thank you and thank you for coming out and giving me the interview. You know I wanted it. I'm like, yo.
For sure, I got you.
So I'm just grateful for all that you're doing.
Thank you.
I see your work. Don't ever stop. Consistency, persistent, and continuously staying focused on your plate and where you're going. I promise you, the content that I'm seeing is real. It's authentic and it's not fake. You're not trying to be. You're just being your natural self. If you reside there, can't nobody touch you because it's like your DNA.
Thank you. I truly appreciate that. Again, it's your girl Kenlo back at it again. It's our guy Ambition the Poet. Where can they follow you at?
Come on now, Ambition the Poet everywhere. Ambition the Poet on Instagram. Ambition the Poet on Facebook. Ambition the Poet Gmail. Look, just hit me up, Ambition the Poet.
Just hit him up. It's your girl Kenlo back at it again. You can follow me at your girl Kenlo _ powered by Kenlo TV.
IRS got the motherfucking account. This just in. They just blew me off the set.